Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today, baby? If your name is ASAP Rocky, you are starting off your first day of court with a bang. Listen, ASAP Rocky's team has completely gone into their PR overdrive mode. And you know what? I can't blame them. They are literally letting everyone know why they didn't take the plea deal. Now, I'll give you the short version. Because it was trash, because it was garbage, because it was basically a blank check for the prosecutors to harass him or at least law enforcement to either harass him or closely monitor him for 8 years. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what are you worried about? Let me tell you something. I wouldn't want anyone looking into what I'm doing for exactly 8 years. And you got to argue with them about whether, it just wouldn't happen. But let's get into this. Don't forget, today at 1:30, we are going to be live streaming and giving very, very good Legal Eagle commentary on the ASAP Rocky trial. Make sure that you join us. But in the meantime, let's talk about the official reason Rocky said no to that plea agreement. Again, if you watched any of my old videos, that plea agreement was wild. Like wild. Okay, this is directly from TMZ. It's coming straight from Rocky's people. They said, ASAP Rocky, plea deal was no deal for my career. ASAP rolled the dice and rejected a plea bargain in his felony assault case because the deal would have cost him his livelihood. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. Maybe. Their source is somebody called BASAP, and it rhymes with A. Anyway, Rocky's trial starts this morning with opening statements, and he now faces 24 years in prison for allegedly shooting ASAP Rocky in November 2021. The plea deal he was offered included 180 days in jail, a guilty plea to the most serious of the two felonies for which he was charged, assault with a semi-automatic weapon, and a 7-year suspended sentence, 3 years probation, 500 hours of community service. It's actually 480, but close enough. They said one Rocky source with direct knowledge tells TMZ this would effectively end his career because he would lose all of his endorsement contracts, including Gucci, Puma, the Met Gala, and most important, he would not be able to tour and his career would be over. They would have him under the thumb for 8 years. Now, let's keep going because I have some thoughts, but I'll share them in a second. A jury was selected Thursday afternoon, and prosecutors were all over prospective jurors, asking if they would be influenced if Rihanna showed up in the courtroom. Now, TMZ thinks that Rihanna's going to be front and center. Okay, yeah, maybe. But let me tell you what happened with that. So, Reverend Al Sharpton and a few other people noticed that, how is it when juries selected from downtown LA, you could only find... So, there's something called voir dire. Voir dire is when the jury selected. Each side, prosecution and defense, gives a chance to be like, nah, not that one. Nah, not that one. Like if somebody walks in, there was 106 people or 112 people total. Only 5 of them were actually, I believe, black, right? Now, you can think it makes a difference or not, but let me tell you something. When you are facing 24 years in prison, I think you will want any advantage or any person that could actually empathize with you as much as possible. It's what it does, right? The same way the prosecution wants people that walks in saying, with t-shirts reading, I think ASAP Rocky should die, is the same way the prosecutor's like, yeah, put them on the jury. It's the same way the defense team has a right to say, no, we want someone that kind of grew up like Rocky, maybe shared the same similarities because maybe they could better understand why he did. Now, keep in mind, Rocky is saying he ain't do nothing, but you get what I'm saying. So anyway, during the voir dire, people come in. It was 112 people. The prosecution, if anybody is too, and you get a certain amount of, no, not that person. You can strike that person and they can't be selected. So you're basically trying to weed out the most damaging to your case or people that would view your case, in theory, most damaging either way. So again, like I said, the prosecution wants people that says, I think ASAP Rocky should die, right? Yeah, put them on. However, the defense was someone that's just like, no, ASAP Rocky could kill somebody in broad daylight and we would not care. The defense is like, yeah, let's get them. So during there, they got down to the jurors. Reverend Al Sharpton was like, how is it that even in a very diverse place, all the jurors are, most of 90% of the jurors are only one ethnicity, you know? It makes a big difference. Again, that could have just been the luck of the draw. It could have been who showed up, whatever. The defense is not making a big deal out of it, but they're just like, yo. So because of that, what's going to happen now is the prosecution and defense are going to be putting out things in the media. Why? Because they can't influence the jury directly. However, this is not a closed jury. That is where like the jury has to just go to court. They cannot watch TV. They can't watch anything. They go to a hotel that the courts provide. It's to make the juries very, very close. That's very rare, but it can happen. In any case, these people are going to be going along their lives. They're going to be going home after the end of each day, talking to their wives, their kids. They're going to be on social media. So prosecution and defense are going to do their best to make sure that everything can actually, they can get their message out. One of the messages is people are like, why didn't he just take the plea deal, right? However, that might not be an issue now, but if it is like a split jury and some people are like, yo, I think he did it, and other people are like, I don't, they might look at it disfavorably, saying this man wasted our time. He had us here. I should have been doing this and that. And why did he just take the plea deal? So it's very important that the prosecution actually explain to people in the jury why he didn't take the plea deal. And like I said in the beginning, it was a crap plea deal. Now here's the real tea, and we'll discuss this on the live stream. A lot of legal experts are saying that this plea deal shows how weak the prosecution's case is against ASAP Rocky. I repeat, they're saying it shows how weak the prosecution case is against ASAP Rocky. Now, okay, why would it be weak? Because one of the prosecution's star witnesses, there's only 2 witnesses to there. One of the prosecution's star witnesses came out during like the pre-trial meetings, and they let it be known that, they never saw ASAP shoot anybody. The prosecution was so mad. They were like, what? Wait, what? Huh? No. You know what? Never mind. We don't want them to testify. We don't want them to testify. The judge said, it's a little bit too late. You put them down for testimony. We have to hear what they have to say. The prosecution was livid, and this was a huge win for defense, okay? Because one of the only 2 witnesses are like, ASAP Roky's lying. That never happened. On top of that, the defense last minute came out with saying, excuse me, first of all, ASAP never had a real gun. It was a prop gun. Prop gun is like, a fake gun, right? It sounds like a real gun for movies and stuff, but it's not a real gun. They said they have definitive evidence. Now, here's the thing. Scaring somebody with a fake gun is not punishable by 24 years in jail, right? At the very least, it might be simple assault. Assault is where you put somebody in imminent fear of hurt. It doesn't have to be death, but in imminent fear. That's assault. Battery is when you actually touch their bodies or anything attached to them, right? That's battery. He could get for simple assault. Simple assault isn't even probation half the time. Do you know what I'm saying? It also puts ASAP Roky's claim that he was shot and his knuckles were grazed into serious thing about, did you make a false police report? Did the DA know that your story didn't check out and they still went after ASAP Rocky because he was a celebrity? Let's not forget, ASAP Rocky said his knuckles were grazed. How are your knuckles grazed in somebody's shoe? I guess you like Superman, Batman. I don't know, right? So on top of that, ASAP, when the police searched the scene, they were looking for the shell casings from this gun that ASAP Rocky supposedly had. However, they couldn't find anything, and they searched the scene for a whole day. Oddly enough, ASAP Rocky a couple of days later went to the scene, conducted his own investigation, and came up with some shell casings that the police couldn't find that he said came from ASAP's gun. Rocky says that Rocky is trying to extort him basically. One is some money, one is some extortion, mad that ASAP didn't look after him as much as he did. Y'all, this is a mess, but we will be covering it live. Rihanna is expected to show. The judge is already a character. I think the judge is going to be a media darling. He said that ASAP Rocky's mother was beautiful, looked like the sister, old school compliments. And on top of that, he's very interested to know whether ASAP and Rihanna are married and if she'll be in court. They say that she is expected to be in court. I'll tell you one thing, ASAP Rocky showed up for the preliminary, dressed in a Matrix leather jacket, trench coat, and also a sharp suit and tie. I'm guessing it was Prada or Gucci, whoever he has it, or maybe it's Bottega, because I know he has a partnership with one of them. Anyway, you guys, just wanted to bring you guys up to date. We will be live streaming this trial. Listen, join me live 1:30. We'll also be talking about any breaking news that comes in while the trial is going on, and any breaking gossip news that comes on while it's in. So join us. It's going to be a good time. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.